with my peel rings and taking my Enochian remembrance beads into my hand, I start this video of the 18th of the 8th month of 1436, but it is the 7th of the 8th month of 1437, and the title of that was Thoughts on Enochian Magic for Beginners, the Original System of Angelic Magic by Donald Tyson. I see the ninth Enochian key as representing choices of what to do with the same. I will now attempt to bounce that idea off Donald Tyson's Enochian Magic, the Original System of Angelic Magic, or at the very least his opinion of such. What is Enochian? It is that language initially referred to as Adamite by John Dee and Edward Kelly, or Edward Talbot, as having been one of the things that came through in their spiritual practices between 1582 of the Vulgar Era and 1587. Some of the material in this language was left by itself in the form of prayers, and conceptual words. The Great Tablet are Tabula Recensa, Tablet of Union, the Ring of Salomon, the 7 Ensigns of Creation. By the way, the P-E-L ring is, or P-B, yeah, Pili, it's called the P-B ring, is as such. The Ring of Salomon, the 7 Ensigns of Creation upon the Holy Table with the lamens, 115,000 lettered squares known as Liber Loagath, the cross of 343 numbers and letters, and the Angeliorum Bonorum, or Heptarchial 308. The Diaphanaos globe, and other missing material, the 4 great seals, globes, the golden talisman, sigillium diameth, the round tablet of Navalgi, and the 48 angelic calls. It has a 21-letter alphabet, and it is good to have Donald Tyson remind us that some of the letters from the Golden Dawn use of Enochian and fonts contain some inaccuracies, like having separation in the letter V and including the dot in the corner of the letter Pal. The Enochian alphabet is pronounced along the lines of A, B, G, D, F, A, I, M, Ya, Ha, La, Pa, Ka, Na, Ks, O, Ra, Za, Va, Sa, Ta. The names of the letters are Pa, Vi, Gid, Gal, Or, Un, Grap, Tal, Gon, Na, Vux, or Ver, or Ur, Mals, Gear, Drux, Durvux, Pal, Mead, Doon, Keep, Von, Fom, and Giesug. It is read from right to left, according to the examples and instructions found in John Dee's diaries and prayer books. What is magic? If it is evil magic, trickery, playing with the fire, or deceit, I want no part in it. If it is the willful changing or adjusting of consciousness, that can be a very important thing to take part in as an individual or group. If it is invoking unfallen angels or light beings and evoking fallen angels or fire beings, then I am not interested in performing it. If it is the art and science of religion, then may God make me skilled at it. If it is worshiping other than God or treating yourself as a living god or goddess, then I reject it. If it is reenacting a myth or story full of meaning and purpose, then how can I not as a spiritual person? And aside from the Enochian key, ninth Enochian key, I have some of the things to note it. Sigil number 73 from the Goetia, which is not in most of them, Hell of light and darkness, good and bad, the in-between. So against, similar to number 44 and the two Sigillium versions of the Solomonic seal, and the rest is pretty standard. In Enochian Magic for Beginners, the original system of angelic magic, Donald Tyson mentions a variety of information about the operations that led to the receiving of what is usually meant by Enochian magic, the goals of John Dee and Edward Kelly, conceptions they and others had, and some possible connections, and some possible corrections. John Dee and Edward Kelly had some noble goals in their attempts to experience and recover parts of the biblical cosmology, books related to the Judeo-Christian Bible, and original language of humanity. We need not to mimic their methods to appreciate their experience and understanding. Enochian can be appreciated in terms of what it represents. The names of the seniors and governors may be said to represent God in the same way that the Shem Ham Forosh angels manifest and are said to be deputies of God under one of these 72 names derived out of Genesis 14:19 through 21. Other Enochian names were certainly shown forth in the vision. Whether you add 40 names of God to my list, or take away 115 of them, it matters not. Enochian magic is said to do things like pave the way for the apocalypse. And that idea can certainly be said to possibly exist before merit Casaubon's a true and faithful relation. Things are under God's will, and any religious system should instill a sense of predestination that allows for our limited will to have some control over our fate. I don't agree that the same entities or experience will even happen for the most adept in practice. We should be satisfied referring to or representing the relationships therein. The feeling and thoughts will come into any practice with time. Enochian magic can be a great interfaith activity in some applications. In Enochian, we certainly see a great deal of the structures in mythology and spiritual practice. John Dee and Edward Kelly seem to have been discouraged from using it, or at least delayed from the practice of it. Those who spoke to John Dee and Edward Kelly may not have been the angels of Babylon, but they did present truths and a technology that can be used, misused, or just studied as something not to do. And unlike some of the others, I don't have a frame to this annotated. I have the English translation and the Enochian in the borders and such around the representation of the wings of wormwood, and the going between is, you know, the choice, and that is the